The elation of grand final victory is set to reverberate for days through Newcastle. The Knights' final seconds try to snatch the ARL Premiership has sparked celebrations throughout the Hunter Valley. The region's crippling unemployment, recent job losses and depressed economy have been forgotten amid the joy of the underdogs' win.
The family groups gathered early at the city's #1 sports ground to grab the best positions in front of the giant video screens. The Newcastle Workers' Club is the heart and soul of the Hunter Valley. It suffered badly in the 1989 earthquake. Today, the spirit that rebuilt the club and the city was ready to claim its reward. Newcastle trailed in the match for 79 agonising minutes, and the crowd felt every tackle and every lost opportunity. But when the decisive moment came, the roar from the Hunter Valley could almost be heard in Sydney. Newcastle has never seen a celebration like this, and it's set to continue for the next week. At the football stadium, the next generation of Newcastle players and supporters were sharing in the epic victory. The Knights captain paying tribute to the supporter spirit that had driven his exhausted men on.
When we left Newcastle, most of the boys were in tears. People lined up for 30 k's out of Newcastle. We were down for all money there for a while. To come with these blokes, it's the best thing that ever happened to a man. I'm that proud of them.
Andrew and Matthew Johns embraced their coal mining father, who'd left the Rio Tinto picket line for this special day. The trophy presentation was a blur for the Newcastle supporters. They could replay that later on video. This was the time for the Blue and Red Army to celebrate.
Well, it's been an unforgettable 24 hours in Newcastle following the city's fairy tale win in the Rugby League Grand Final. Thousands of fans lined the freeway up to 80 kilometres from Newcastle as the team bus travelled home from Sydney. The celebrations continue tomorrow with a ticker tape parade. Players will also visit striking miners at Rio Tinto.
They waited 5 hours for this euphoric moment. Wild that the Knights had snatched victory against all odds, Newcastle erupted into party.
Without a doubt, this game was too important. It was bigger than a football match. To win this match meant too much happiness for a lot of people.
Especially those anxious to attract investment to the town and turn around the perception of a depressed city still reeling from BHP job losses.
It also demonstrated to the rest of Australia just what Newcastle is made of, that it's community spirit, its discipline, its courage.
I think it'll really help the economy in this town. People have got a smile on their face.
Oh, everyone loves the winner.
Go the Knights!
Whether or not the Knights' football win delivers long-term investment interests and jobs to Newcastle, the victory has definitely boosted the morale of this battling town.
You know, everyone's been united for the last 24 hours, and the Hunter Valley's happy, Newcastle's happy, and I think we're having a visit to the picket lines up with the coal, the guys in the coal line there.
Best thing since sliced bread.
How does everyone feel about it?
Right! Go the Knights! The mighty Knights!
As the region gears up for celebrations this week, including a ticker tape parade tomorrow, the community is hoping their heroes will stay together to win next year's grand final. Lisa McLean, ABC News, Newcastle.
The celebrations are still going on in Newcastle tonight following today's ticker tape parade for the city's Rugby League Premiership winners. 50,000 people turned out to hail their heroes and pay tribute to the team that sealed victory in the last seconds of Sunday's match.
The victory belonged to the whole of Newcastle today as the city thanked its all-conquering Knights.
It hasn't sunk it in yet, but I knew the Newcastle supporters supported this, but not this well. So I just take my hats off to them. It's incredible.
We're just as proud of them as they are of us, I think. So it's just good for the whole city.
On the city's 200th anniversary, Novocastrians really had something to celebrate.
And I'll tell you, that hospital up there, I think the roof's just about lifted off that.
And it's the one thing that's bonded the town. I've never seen the euphoria and the camaraderie between the whole people of Newcastle as I've seen over this.
From tip to toe, Newcastle was festooned in red and blue as fans struggled to thank their heroes. 2 days of partying was beginning to take its toll on the players.
Very proud, very tired.
But for a town that's battled the odds from earthquake to BHP job losses and Rio Tinto, the adulation just kept coming from all over Australia.
When Newcastle won on Sunday, I sprung right out of my chair. I jumped up like a kangaroo and I cheered and punched the air. The chief just couldn't believe it until he heard the roar. Bloody hell, what a victory. With just 6 seconds to score.
Fans have come as far as Wollongong and Foster to see their heroes. They're hoping that this victory will finally see Newcastle as a winning city.
Newcastle is the best!
And one by one they thanked the team, paying tribute to their mighty Knights, with homegrown rockers screaming Jets, taking the celebrations into their third night. Lisa McLean, ABC News, Newcastle.